Yes, guys, I'm back. Today's this project also very much important. My every project is very much important. I thought yesterday migration project should be added to your resume. So from my experience, I made this documentation for you guys. The migration. So burning migration is that on-prem MySQL database and also the on-prem web applications has to be migrated in the AWS cloud. This is a basic project, I think. You must have to know this one. And before going to the project, I need to show you this is the AWS application migration service. This documentation is here. See here, move and improve your on-premise and cloud-based applications. So here see, migrate applications from any source infrastructure that runs supported operating systems. Modernize your applications during migration and options such as disaster recovery and operating systems or license conversion. Maintain normal business operations throughout the application replication process. So when you're doing the migration, it should be also confirm that your normal business operation should not be hampered. So that one should be throughout the application replication process. So replication process is very much important also in the migration. Reduce costs by using one tool for a wide range of applications with no need to invest in application specific skills. So in the migration, at least 40% cost saved, and not only 40%. I saw some projects like 70%, also 60 to 70% cost also saved. I can remember one project, the migration project. That one saved almost 90%. Only the electricity bill, that kinds of amount was charged monthly after migration. Yes, so this will be part of my AWS DevOps series. This is my YouTube, so it will be here. And my DevOps series started actually from uh, I started this one from here, three-tier deployment with VPC, Nginx load balancer. From here, then this one, all the part of my AWS DevOps series. So get started with application migration service. Let's see here, application migration service. So under the server, source servers. See here, you have to read everything. Windows Migration Accelerator WMA program. If you are migrating 40 or more servers per month, including at least 15 Windows servers, you may qualify for up to $250 credit per server by joining the WMA program. Why I'm showing this line? Because you have to show your manager or client directly that you can save money like this. And also migration tip is here. Did you know that after you migrate your application, you can monitor them using Amazon CloudWatch? So this is a normal tip, you know. Everything you can monitor through Amazon CloudWatch. Okay, so before starting, it's coming the pop-up. And here, the migration, you have to add the server. Server looks like this. Linux or Windows server, which one you like to add. Select your application preference. Replicate all the disk. Choose which disk to replicate. So migration actually from on-prem to the cloud replication. Okay. So if you knew the replication earlier, if you see my earlier video, the cross-region replication for S3 bucket and did replica for RDS in the disaster recovery. So such kinds of replication from on-prem to the cloud. So your on-prem, if it is a monolithic, then it should be part. That means microservices. You have to make it microservices, everything separate, decoupled. So after making the decoupled, you have to make the planning, which one should be migrated from on-prem to the AWS cloud. I am for AWS, so I am saying for AWS. Or if you are for Azure, so you have to go for Azure or Google. So I'm saying for this that first of all, monolithic should be broken to microservices. This is the procedure. If you say in the interview like that, it will be fair enough, because monolithic you cannot migrate like that. It should be part. Yes, then let's see here. Then of course identity access management, access key you should be had, because you are doing something, the role, say download the installer using the command. Okay, here is the command, everything is that. Okay, just I'm showing the starting point. But here, first of all, you should know that documentation first. What kinds of documentation is here, what kinds of project is coming. So project overview is like that. The project involves migrating 3 web applications. It's my from real life. I migrated 3 applications in one project. So also the one I did also MySQL database hosted across 5 servers from on-prem environment to AWS using the AWS MGN. MGN is migration service, just MGN. The objective is to replicate the servers, conduct thorough testing, thorough testing, and perform smooth cutover with minimal downtime. Please memorize this line. Actually, from cutover with minimal downtime. So first of all, you need to do the testing. If the testing is good, then the cutover is coming. In the key objective, we can see here migrate 3 web applications and 1 MySQL database to AWS. Ensure minimal downtime. I said already, validate the success of the migration. After that, you have to do the validation. Complete the DNS update for seamless switchover. So DNS update should be done after that. Prerequisite account, of course AWS account. Ensure access to AWS account with sufficient permission. Then IAM role, of course role. AWS MGN automatically creates necessary IAM roles. So IAM role automatically create, maybe I think 6 or 7 IAM role it creates. I never seen such kinds of lots of 6 or 7 IAM roles automatically creation. Only the migration has these kinds of EKS Kubernetes also, but not like 6 or 7. Yes, then I am user for migration. Of course, you need the, one user you have to create with policy. Guys, when coming the user, then coming the policy. Okay, without policy, user cannot move. Think user yourself. So you should have the policy to watch this video. You should have the policy to take the note from this video. See, this is like that policy. This is robot, like user is robot, one kind of. Okay, this is my understanding. Okay, then access to on-premise servers. Ensure connectivity for agent installation and replication. Guys, this is key point. Actually, it should be like this agent. I'm making caps. You have to install first agent, then replication. Migration needs first agent, then replication. Then MySQL and application here. Prepare MySQL and application for migration. Project roadmap is like that. Migration flow, initialize MGN service, roles get created in IAM, create IAM user, check prerequisites, install a replication agent. Guys, this project roadmap, I am marking this. This is important. This is the whole project. I'm making a smaller sum. So migration flow, initialization, from initialization, then install replication agent, push DNS update, post launch script to all the servers, verify, then validate launch template, launch test instances, verify test instances status, mark as ready for cutover. So it should be marked first, then shut down source server. After ready for cutover, then the shut down the source server. Source server means the server on the on premise. So on-premise server will be shut down when? My understanding is like that. I will suggest you guys also to memorize like that. So shutdown, before shutdown, you have to do mark ready for cutover. When the cutover is ready, it takes times. The cutover status coming, it takes long time, honestly. So we have to wait sometimes maybe 1 hour, more than 1 hour. Okay, so it's just going from on-prem to the cloud. It takes times. Then after the you'll see the mark ready for cutover. Then you go to shut down your on-prem one. Then launch cutover instances. After shutdown the on-prem, just forget the on-prem. Then you have to launch the new instance. That means cutover instance. This is the bullet word. Please remember cutover. Verify cutover instances status. Test application. So before deployment, of course, you have to test, right? Then finalize cutover. After testing is good. Testing also takes some times. So then finalize. Then disconnect source from. See here, first shut down the source. So after finalizing the cutover, you can disconnect the source from AWS. You can disconnect the on-prem one. Then web 2 Windows Server is coming then again. Okay guys, let's see this one. The migration execution server web 2 web 1 is here. So server is here, user, then AWS cloud. This is the cloud, this is the on-prem corporate data center. So see here, migration execution server, this is going here, migrate here, replicating like this. MGN migration factory, so API gateway, Lambda, DynamoDB, you can do like this. And web 1, after finishing the web 1, then coming the web 2. So migration has lots of webs. Okay, it's like web in the river, you know, river. From river's one side, you put on the wave something, so one wave going like this to another side. Okay, so I just remember like this, one wave finish. When the wave is finished, when finalize cutover, and after doing the finalize, then the one wave is finished, then disconnect the source from AWS. Then come to the next wave. See here, wave 2. Then come to the wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. How many waves? You have to decide first how many waves will be for those microservices, because monolithic cannot go straight to the cloud. You have to make it microservices first. So these two application servers, these two database servers. So this is going here, TCP 15, use it, and 443 TCP here. So I'm showing everything, okay, in details. This is the picture here. But you have to memorize this one, these 4 major steps, guys. This is very much important. Before watching this one, I will suggest to see this one first. I'll suggest to see here how it works. Map environment, identify physical, virtual, and cloud servers to migrate. You can identify just AWS one. Then AWS application migration service accelerates and automates migration and modernization. Then you have to do setup, test, migrate. This is the cycle. Then it's coming, setup, then test, migrate, launch cutover. See here the cutover, this word very much important. Then AWS system manager, elastic disaster recovery, and you have to do modernize also. So it's coming just the cycle. At the same time also you are doing DR, disaster recovery. If you say to the interviewer that when I did the migration, then also I did the DR, disaster recovery, at the same time, your interviewer will be happy. Okay, so how you did, you have to know also a little bit. So it's not so tough, just replication mostly, and I'm showing everything here. So let's go here. You have to follow 4 major steps to migrate servers. 4 steps: agent installation, replication, test, cutover. Guys, 4 fingers. agent, replication, test, cutover. I just remember like that. Okay, don't don't try to memorize like continuous application. Okay, like that running test. No need. Just agent, replication, test, cutover. Agent is A, replication is R, and test is T. ART, then cutover is C. ARTC. ARTC. When interviewer asking about this, just memorize in the brain ARTC. Don't say ARTC, okay? A means agent, R means replication, T means test, and C means cutover. Okay. You speaking what's the exact thing, but you're thinking just ARTC. That's it. Okay, already I said, I think. So let's see again. Agent installation. Install an agent on each source server. Agent installation starts replication. Then replication is coming, continuous block level data synchronization on each source server. So replication is done block level, block data. It will be synchronized on each source server. For this reason, it takes long time. When I was new, very new in the migration, I was really suspicious. It was more than 1 hour, but still not cutover ready, and that message not coming. So on that day, I learned why this was happened because of block level data synchronization. It will be, it may be also the question for the senior level, sometimes asking why the replication takes too much time because of block level data synchronization. Data synchronization is many ways, but when the block coming, then it takes really time. Yes, then running test whether servers can be started within AWS based on replication data. Just test. Then cutover execution. Start the servers in AWS as part of the actual migration process. Okay, so after these 4 steps, uh, step by step now migration workflow. Initialize AWS migration service. I'm making this one is highlighted. So you have to do initialize first. Migration service, navigate to the console. I showed you, right? MGN migration service. Then click get started. So you have to do started. When you're getting started, then automatically creates roles such as application migration service replication. See here, replication. This role is coming because replication is here, right? This replication is done by this role, application migration service launch. So after having this role, then the launch role is coming. Guys, DevOps is really easy, okay? Just learn one time. I am saying every video, I think, like that. Just do brainstorm one time, and then everything is easy for whole life. Verify IAM role. This is the CLI command. AWS IAM list hyphen roles space hyphen query, then role. Any kinds of thing verification in the CLI is coming the query. This is one kind of tricky, I'm saying. So the role, and then it's coming like this, contains role name, application migration service, role name. So this is migration service. This role you have to verify first. Then step 2, create IAM user for migration. When this is done, then you have to do the user and attach this policy, application migration agent policy. You will find this policy easily. When you are hitting the attaching policy, you will find, okay? I'll create the hands-on. If you like, please comment, okay? Then commands is like that. AWS IAM create user, username, anything else you can give here the username, but AWS identity access management create user specific space then hyphen username. This is the basic command you have to memorize. Then AWS IAM attach user policy, then hyphen policy, then hyphen ARN. This is the policy ARN is coming like that. So you have to add that one. So first the create user, then attach user policy. You can do also through the command line like that, or you can do this is the console. If you go, then this is the console, this is the command CLI. And then install replication agent. So now the agent is coming. You have to install. I'm making some bigger this one. Okay, so for Linux server, SSH into the server, then install the replication agent. Replication agent, this is, I'm not going like that. You can identify what's there, okay? So replication agent needs also your access ID. So AWS access key, then secret access key. For Windows Server, download the agent from AWS MGN console and follow the installation guide. AWS migration console throwing the Windows servers that agent installation guide very easily. Verify the server in the MGN console source server. Just see the source servers. Then you can see from the console. Then configure replication settings. In MGN console, navigate to settings, replication template. So here, uh, replication template, then replication instance subnet. It should be public subnet. This is important, public. Target subnet. Target subnet is private. This is interview question for migration. If you are applying for any kinds of migration project, target subnet and replication instance subnet, you have to know that one. So replication instance subnet should be public subnet and target subnet should be the private subnet. Instance type, instance type, it should be some bigger, not T2 micro. It should be more than one vCPU because some more flexibility should be there for the resources. It can be upscale easily. So at least two virtual CPU should be there. Volume type, this is GP2, but honestly it should be GP3. I think I used earlier GP2, but right now GP3 because GP2 has something problems. So right now we are using GP3 vastly. Almost no more GP2. Okay. Then security group, default or custom security group. This is easy. Then verify replication, monitor replication status in the MGN console. Go to source server, data replication status. You have to see the status. Wait for a status show. Initial sync 100%. This status will come. So you can also verify EC2 instance with CLI. This is the CLI command. I'm not going through like that. You can see easily. Then step 6, group servers into applications and webs. You have to make grouping servers into applications and webs. So in the console, MGN console, you can group servers by application. For example, group 2 servers for WordPress app and create web for the migration, web 1, and assign servers to it. So at the web 1 or web 2, before assigning, you have to make the grouping. Guys, this is also interview question. Before, how do you assign servers in the webs? So before assigning the server, I'm making that grouping. So grouping, how many servers should be one group? Normally 2 servers is coming, at least 1 server, you know. So web 1, web 2, so just marking like that with the group. Then test launch instance. Launch test instances before performing the final cutover. See here, this is before. Always before and after. These 2 words very much important in the DevOps. Also in the stand-up, if anyone saying before or after, please make clear what kinds of information you are listening, and please write also. Okay, write before, after, which one. I'm doing everyday stand-up. I'm just making the writing. Yes, then check the launch history and validate in EC2 console that the instances are launched. Test the applications running on these instances. After that, step 8, mark servers ready for cutover. Once testing is successful, mark the servers ready for cutover. In migration console, MGN console, select the servers and click mark as ready for cutover. Verify instance status. This is for CLI. I have also given the CLI command here. You can do like that. Then perform the cutover. Launch the final cutover. In MGN console, select the servers and click launch cutover instance. So final cutover, when doing that means launch. Okay. Monitoring progress in EC2 console. Take the private IP addresses from EC2 and provide them to the team for testing. Something interesting sharing. You giving the IP addresses for the testing, maybe for the QA team or dev team. We are giving the IP addresses. This is also job for the DevOps engineer. So which IP address you are giving for testing? Mostly the private IP. Private IP mostly. I am saying mostly. Very few scenario has the public IP, but mostly private IP. This is some kinds of tricky answer if the question coming for the interview. Step 10, push DNS update. Update DNS entries to point to the newly migrated AWS server. So after finishing the cutover, everything is not cutover. Okay. You have to push the DNS update also. For Linux, this is the I have given address is like that, hostname, then host has come here, hostname, then coming sudo task tmp/ns update.txt, then echo, you can echo this one like this. I'm not going through. Okay, you can see these guys. And for Windows, ipconfig space then / registered DNS. Sometimes Windows is better, right? Only small, just one line. And here is how many lines. But I prefer Linux for many reasons. Not saying that now, okay? Then finalize the cutover. Mark the cutover complete in MGN console. After this DNS update, you have to do finalize the cutover, because after having the DNS update, the connection with your migrated application is resolved or established. Then you can do the finalize the cutover. Mark the cutover complete in MGN console. Once tested and validated, shut down the on-premises server. Now you can shut down. When you can shut down? When finalize has been done. Cutover finalize has been done. Then you can do also this one in the CLI, AWS EC2 stop instances, then instance IDs like that. You can see, you can test like that also CLI. And Web 2 migration. Repeat the process of additional servers like database Windows servers, like same way until the step 11. You have to do repeat. That is the for Web 2, Web 3, Web 4, Web 5. How many waves are decided in the meeting, specifically by your manager approved, okay? You have to see, follow up that. Then the project completion checklist, you can see here replication. I'm just showing like this: test, cutover, then DNS update, domain name service update, source server disconnected, and final testing, application functioning properly post migration. So final testing, you have to do that post migration application working perfectly or not. Okay, so at the conclusion, we can see that this end-to-end project showcases the migration of MySQL and web applications to AWS using AWS MGN with a well-structured approach, thorough testing, and minimal downtime. By following this process, you can ensure a smooth transition to AWS for your applications and databases. Guys, when coming the migration, please do practice applications and databases. At least one database and at least one application. I'll suggest more applications but at least one you have to practice. Okay guys, this is now midnight here, so I'm coming with next day with another something important. If you guys need the hands-on, please do the comment. I'll do. Thank you. Bye.